Welcome back to Gravity Tactics Mirus Front. We are having a night battle, which means that I've currently turned my little flat here into sort of a murderous paradise because it's currently early evening and I've had to shut up my curtains and all in order to see what will be going on the screen. So sorry if it's a bit dark, that's just the way it is. And we're having another battle here in what I can only really describe as the mother of all battles. We'll finish deployment stage and then hopefully everything, once it kind of locks up here. But now that we have deployed all our forces, we are here on this screen, we are defending as the Germans. I will put everyone on hold fire because again we are defending. We don't want to give away our position or any of our disposition. Anything really to make us known is not what we want to do. We want to try and maintain covert. However, we do want to... Oh, come on. I deployed these very lovely around here, but they've decided to sit out there for some reason. Anyway, that doesn't matter. But we will, however, try and see if... Okay, so that was just a one-time issue. I did have an issue with a warm-up battle I did for this. It has been a while since I last played. Let's see, no, you can't actually see that place, but it doesn't really matter. I'll try and put those slightly further out and put one slightly further in, given that they're quite close into the target, so I can actually afford to put them very close. That over here, the 40 over here, that just denotes the accuracy. That's sort of within the area that most of the shells will fall, so that's 40 meters, which is very tight. I mean, that is pinpoint artillery fire. Likewise here. They are positioned rather unfortunate out here. I will try and use these to pretty much just create a screen around my own units so that they don't have to... I'll have that as a sort of secondary backup plan depending on how it goes. I will be moving them around my my artillery observers once we put these down. They do seem to vary. Usually they do go up in accuracy and time. Depending on how you'll have visibility on it. So I'll get them all out and I will select, hang on, let me just click these and select. I forgot the shortcut key, maybe it's because they're not out. Yeah, so they haven't actually exited the vehicle, every one of them, so I can only issue a move command. Once they have, I should have checked that before we got to this stage, but anyway. So our defense for this operation is, as the overall map out here, there is a little gully here. I'll bring up the tactical map, which is new and 3D-ish, and I haven't quite figured out how it works. So I will be treating it like normal. Let me just turn it up. So we've got north facing north. This here is our battle space out here, the little square. This gully up here, as you can quite clearly see denoted on the map, is defended over here by 2 AT guns, one over here, and 3 MG42 medium machine guns. Now I have a total of 4 MG42s and I put one down here on the other position you saw first. This is a much more open area. There are lots of trenches out here, clearly left over from a later or earlier point. Out here we have to try and get these to take up actual positions in the trenches so we don't just have people standing around in the middle of the open like we have here, for example, or as we have here with the MG. I would kind of prefer if you guys could take up position inside the trench because anything else seems a bit silly, if you ask me. Now this is generated into the map itself, so I have no real control. I positioned these vehicles here in this bit out here because that makes sense, but the game just decided that you're not having that, and so I'm not really. And again out here giving them order hide position orders right away so we actually get them into cover. Otherwise they will die. These have positioned themselves lovely. We did give them a move order and we didn't leave anyone else in the open. No, we're looking good. And as you can see now, this is the lighting that we will have for the duration of the match. And that is not really a lot, is it? We have here, we've got a mortar team, which is lovely. Everyone is on hold fire. We want them to expose themselves, or at the very least we want to have the smallest unit possible to actually engage contact. Okay, so we have flares going up over here. How are we looking with artillery fire at the moment? On that target we don't have anything far enough out. But we do have these people who have left their vehicle So let's come in out here and see. I forgot. There is a sort of a... Hold down a button out here and you will select one or the other. But I would not be surprised if they changed that on me without telling me. Usually holding down shift or control you would select either one or the other. And they seem to have changed that in an update that I haven't actually seen. So I'm kind of pooped on that. Anyway, we sort of have a rough approximation of where they are over here due to the flare they just shot up, so we will be watching that area. Now there could be more around, and frankly, usually, or at least in previous versions, I would have had a chance of spotting them, because I would have had what they called flare for my artillery. I don't anymore. In this, we only have, as you saw, high explosive, incendiary, and smoke shells. Now, there's no flare option, which would be useful at night because they light up the battlefield, as seen in this short clip from another battle I did earlier. It's kind of like a massive aiming point. Oh my god! Oh no. So as you could see, that was effective. That was the AI dropping those in. I was a bit surprised. Not a fan of that, to be honest. Apparently they have left the vehicle, except for the fact that I can't see them. Can I now actually bloody select them? No. Get that back out here. No. Can I have, thank you, that's a mode I want to have you on. Okay, here we go. So this is the signature Russian way of doing this. Are you just gonna... See, that just pisses me off no end when they do stuff like that. Because now we've got artillery dropping around right on them. And that's not going to be good times. Okay, so we lost a vehicle. But the good news is that it was only a vehicle, but they're actually shelling this whole area. Okay, now they're dropping it near our vehicles. Okay, that was pretty much a direct hit on that Stuck. That is a Stuck, right? That is affirmative, it's still surviving. That one isn't, I reckon. Oh! Oh, that's bad. That's all of our artillery observers that are right in this area. That was a slight error in my plan. They just killed a whole team. Usually I have all of those good ideas that, you know, is very good on paper. Or not really on paper, but in mind. There's a flare going off over there as well. Now, right about now, I would have had some artillery observer drop flares over this area, so I would actually have an idea what's going on. But I can't do that anymore. Everyone is still on hold fire because we were only engaged by the signature Russian preparatory artillery barrage. Rather surprisingly, I actually have all of these. Well, I have two anyway now since they killed off one of them. Is that a... Hang on. Is that a... That's a German. What was the German doing all the way out there? He shouldn't have been there. So what about the machine gun I had over here? Has that died? Let's go over here and see where it is. Have I just lost... I've just been mildly... Okay, so they set up in here, even though it's... Now, I want you out here, where it's actually safe for you to be. Could you do that? Yeah, move out there. Oh no, you're too late, you're dead now. Okay. Yeah, could you just run and get in there? See, the advantage out here with these troopers over here is that they're actually taking up a position inside the trench, whereas those out here are not. As such, they will probably die in a moment. I may regret my decision. I have in fact regretted it, and I'll just get you away from that area. They're just shelling it. These are very precious to me. My MG42s are something I consider precious and very valuable. And we may just have to get these out from that area because we are getting malleted. As with this, get it away. I don't want it sitting in or around. I just want them all out of that area because right now they're dropping shells on it. And that is no bueno. Just evac that area completely. We've lost enough men holding. It's not holding, it's just using that as cover. But plainly, that didn't work that well for me. Now, hopefully, it won't matter as much while you're reversing through the fire. Reversing through fire is not something I like people doing. Even though they're in tanks. While you're on fire mode, you're not allowed to have free fire. But don't be... Okay, now we have a contact initiator. So, fire at will. Fire at will. And what can we do with RT observers? Okay, we've got one here. We've got this fella right here. We can drop incendiaries on position 2 from him. We need to do a bit more. We need to do 10 more, even though we don't have that many. Now, the unfortunate thing is these are Stuks. They are not really that good. Could you set up and fire down, hopefully, at the machine gunner? Down there, because that will be a max of machine gunner phone. Yep. Oh! Oh, I'll turn the sound up a bit, because I want to listen to this. Come on, go on, chaps. What? What kind of unpatriotic arsehole is that? Getting slotted right away. And yeah, they got a maxim out here. Hopefully we'll be able to suppress their position. Got fire going out. We now have people spotted out here. That's an AT gun. That is not good news. So we need to have a look at our RT observers and what we have. We have nothing in that area. And this area over here is getting really problematic for us. We'll have to have a quick reassessment out here and pull this back. Hopefully that won't be too much of a penalty. It is too much of a penalty. But I'll probably just have to in this case. Smoke. Oh shit, that's the wrong one, isn't it? Hang on, I don't know. Yeah, okay, so this one out here, 350. Smoke. High no, too close. It's too close. I don't want to drop high explosive on it until we have narrowed it down. So hopefully we're now actually putting some fire out. I'm really not tempted to open fire with my tanks or AT vehicles. They're actually not tanks, they're self-propelled vehicles. So can you see any of the bastards? Moreover, do you have range? Well, we can actually let you fire, because you might actually be able to deliver some pain to these people. What about you? No, you can't see all the way over there. But if even that MG over there can actually open fire on them, or at least give them... Oh, that's not comfortable. Let's have a look at the Russians. What's Boris here doing? He's trying to man his Maxim. The key word there is trying. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so all of my Stuks here will be put on free fire. And I will clear that. The allowing to shoot on infantry. That's a nasty piece setup they've got going over here, because as you saw right here, we had what I heard, and what we're getting visual confirmation on right now is an old tank. Is that an old? That's not a Matilda, is it? So we have fire coming in from one position that will hit this area out here. Adjustment fire with smoke grenades, very good. Okay, so I happen to select that unit out here. That's coming in 2 minutes. So we are now hopefully... Yeah, you have seen that one. Hopefully they will actually be able to take aim at them. Oh, we got the machine gun coming up. Machine gun is kicking into action now. So I have to pull my vehicles here. Oh, did you just abandon your... No. No, disregard my order, please. Would you please disregard? Can I just select my infantry here? For some reason I can't select infantry only. But we seem to have infantry contact here as well. Because what I want to do is I want to push up my Stuks up out here so they can actually take aim at the vehicles, even though they're not exactly hardcore tanks. We'll try and sweep this infantry unit out into the open out here, because we do have a signature here of infantry, and they're actually pretty much on top of our friendly position. Furthermore, we got one or two tanks. We got several more heavy guns out there. We're now letting this flank. I mean, now we see, now this is the useful part out here of the flares. As the amount of sheer pain they will bring in. I want that tank destroyed pretty sharpish. We are here. We're getting mortar fire, getting all sorts of nasty shit coming in here, and it's really bold of me to push that into the open. But I'm just giving it a go, really. What can we drop out here? We got sweet fuck all, really. I mean, we have out here. We could drop. We're going to drop it on the road. Incendiary. Then out here immediately. Actually, disregard that because we've got a timer on it. I forgot. We're just dropping it in that area. Although we do have that fire coming in. Yeah, we've got to commit now. I've committed. Committed on the wrong one. No, that one. Thank you. Holy shock! Fuck it. Just whatever you want to hit. Really, just hit that one. Fuck it. Just shell the cunts. This is not, you know, not conventional military tactics out here, but sometimes you just got to go with the you shell the cunts. Because we have one that's firing, it's firing way the fuck out there. Do they not have visual on that area? Hopefully they'll bring that down. So we've got the large fire burning in here. Let's get down on the normal level down here. They can't actually shoot that way because they're very, very well defended. Maybe if I can get him to turn around, I can actually engage some of those guns that we can see down here. That gun over there, for example, would be a very useful target. Oh, and now we've got artillery fire coming in somewhere. Okay, we're out of the fire. So we have mortar fire coming in. So what does it look like on them now? Hopefully we should get mortar fire coming in on their position. Holy shit! That was a fucked up strike by me. Oh my god! Did I just do that? Was that just me? Jesus Christ. Oh, don't tell me we're doing another one. Oh yeah, now we're really getting into the fight out here. Okay, yeah, we got people crossing in over here as well. So we're going to get all of the MGs that we cleared to fire. That is my primary concern right now, is just get those MGs going. Oh, there they're off. Yeah, suck that cock, bitches. Oh, no. You know, sometimes you just can't really afford to get all cocky, because then you see all of the tanks they're putting on us. Like all of those tanks. So let's take this one here. We clearly realise it's powerful as fuck. Although it's also quite far away as fuck right now. But seeing as we can't just select our infantry for some weird reason. Do I need to double click? Do I need to... That's through. Okay, yes, stop that function. Like, I'm really not tempted to use that thing at all again, because... Fuck me. Maybe push it in a bit, maybe it'll be better in here. Yeah, I can live with that. I'll give 300. Okay, that maybe is a bit tight. Let's use 5 per gun. Actually, just use 10. Let's fire away, chaps. I mean, it may just shred the whole area over here again and kill everyone, including friendlies, but sometimes you just got to take the sweet with the sour. I don't know if you can hear me, because frankly I don't feel like I can hear anything, but we can now actually deliver some high explosive. 15. Cancel that strike. We're now 31 and 150. That is fine. By me, we'd actually up that to 30. So they're now shelling. Can you turn around and open fire in this general direction, please? Thank you. That's for you. Open fire in that general direction. Thank you. So they're light over, whatever that means. What does that mean? You would like execute order to infant, whatever. In a moment that place will blow up, hopefully. Because I'm doing a fine job of malleting my bastards. Oh, we got them closing in as well. This AT gun out here has been shot to pieces, but they are very much doing the German thing. Okay, nope, actually disregard my order, just do your normal thing out here, because you can engage over here. So this tank has got itself stuck, it seems. And I got... I don't even know. I just realised I have absolutely no control right now. This is completely outside of my control. They are just literally going to do whatever the hell they want to do. And I'll just have to accept that. So I get those guns rolling. Oh, look at that infantry. It's right on top of them. It is right on top of them. That was the best thing that would have happened to us. Granted, these cunts here are all dead. I didn't check our forces startup. Yeah, they got twice as many forces as we do. So really this should not come as a surprise. I'm just hoping out here that we will get some sort of artillery fire going at any point really in this area, or just anything, because I mean realistically, unless we begin to pull back, and these people can't really do that, we kind of have to make a decision at some point to retreat with these units here, which we're actually going to do now. Retreat into the wood line over here and then pull down, pull as far back as we can, because this is not really working out well for us. We're going to have to give up ground. These people out here, unfortunately, they are dead. Let's try and see if they can make it back over here just a little bit. That would be great. And the prior order agent for these, well, they can't shoot at infantry. This has to be rescinded. We just need them to fire on everything. Look at all of those tanks right there. That thing's damaged. What about our other gun? That one out here. That's damaged. That's in for repairs. We got a star. What does that mean? Enemy forces capture key point. That really is not surprising. Oh shit. Well, at least the MD-42's going for the fucking tanks, aren't they? No, cancel order, disregard. Do not follow my order. Do not follow that order. Belay that order. Get in your holes and just don't fucking move. And hopefully it'll all blow over. It'll give you all like a fire arc of like, yeah, pretty much just 60 metres. Just get the hell down. Because this is not nice. So what's life like for the MD-42 here? Let's have a look out here with troops of MG-42 commanded by Cholovind Arlink. So they're lying out here, they've got tanks closing in, they've been firing over there, they've only lost one man. Seemingly the gun can operate on its own, which is fucking incredible. But yeah, they got visual out here on infantry moving. So we've got a bit of fire next to them. They can now hear the tanks moving near them. They cannot see them. But they're very well aware of what's going on. But just a couple of 100 metres down from their position, all hell seemingly is breaking loose. We've got a whole platoon out here of tanks. We've got a whole armada of tanks out here, but we've got explosions going off in amongst those tanks. They're getting malleted. But we're also getting malleted down here. These troops are crying, presumably. But infantry moving out here. That whole unit out here has been killed. Not surprisingly, now the tanks are turning their fire over here on this hill line. We'll try and pull some of those back out here, but really we can't do much. This pack, is this a pack? Let's be right. Yeah, it's a pack 40 out here. It's in for repairs. It's only got the 2 crews on it out here. They're less than half ammo. But I'm sure they're giving it everything they can. These troops out here, look at them. They've got a fair do line. I don't know if they can actually fire though. So what about the other AT gun? That's destroyed. So these units out here, they're just at their own mercy now. Whatever they can do on their own is pretty much all they can. Let's pull one MG-42 back out here to this wood line. Get it to hide. Hopefully they won't see it. It really is all they can do. So these chaps are just running away now, which is entirely sensible, because over here we have a destroyed, it's still running, just barely. It's taking fire a little, stuck up, proud stuck, not proud out here. See, now it's just getting hit. Stuff's on fire behind it. It's got enemy hostiles behind it. More fire erupting here, pushing out. I mean, wherever they look, it's just bedlam. Oh my god, they're actually coming up out here. We're actually at a junction now with a light tank from Russia. Just out here. See, we now and at point blank. Yeah, they destroyed it. Fair chaps. Okay, they only disabled it, but we've got the MG still kicking. The MG is still alive and kicking. Let's go down the road of death. We've got a DP gunner here. We've got another light tank. Dead people. Dead people. A lot of dead people. I mean, let's be honest out here. We're getting malleted, but we're not going easy, are we? So how are our AT guns feeling out here? They've lost 3 of their crew. 3 of their crew. They used about 30% ammo. They are destroyed. They can't move their gun. Infantry is closing in on their position. So what's the trench line feeling like? So we have one bloke out here. And this is Walkerstein. This is Herbert Walkerstein himself. He's the only one alive in the trench, our frontline trench. Actually, no, they got another one out here. This poor chap's lying out here in just a little shell scrape that he dug for himself with his rifle. Thankfully, he's got his bayonet attached. But anyone else is dead. He's only the command and one man, and they are separated. There's no point arguing that this guy here and that guy over there is in the same unit. They could be in different countries. They're not going to link up across that, because if they do, everyone down here will see them and they will open fire. Now, will that heroic Russian out here, will he charge into this trench and kill Walkerstein? Poor Howard is about to be killed. Oh, we got more infantry out here, but that may have just done it. Oh, out here, he's been spotted now. He's been spotted now. The Russian is taking aim. The Russian assault trooper is throwing a grenade. And that's Herbert Walkerstein dead. And now we only have that one bloke out here, and he's currently engaged in another explosion. Out here we got one Russian lying out here with... Oh, he's got a grenade. He's got a rifle grenade going. But you can't get... Surely you can't get him there. Oh, he's crawling up out here. This may be a stabby end. Oh, now he's looking up. He's taking aim. The Russian is taking aim. And that's the lone survivor, presumably dead. The poor sort. And see more Russians as they're closing in out here on this guy. And they're closing in behind him. He is dead. The Russians are running past him. There we go. As I said, it was going to be a stabby death. And the last remaining survivor was stabbed by a Russian. So that's everyone in the advanced trenches dead. Shells are still falling out here. We are now pulling back our Stugs. We are now retreating the Stugs away from here. Likewise here we need all of these infantry units. That's these. Get them to mount up. As many as possible. Hopefully we can actually order these to hold fire. And they might actually survive. Meanwhile, the MG42 here is going strong. It's the only unit we have that are actually going strong, it seems. Fair enough, they lost 3 crew members. They've used about half their ammo. They're currently being engaged by a tank. But they are going out with a bang. See, they're just lighting them up over there. Just firing away. Meanwhile, that tank out there is just sitting, taking aim. What else down here? I mean, they're just getting absolutely smashed to pieces here. Tanks over there on the hillside, having a field day, literally. Just sitting there, they're just ducking down. While they're hoping that the machine gunners can actually help them in some way. Meanwhile, we've got this poor commander of the MG42s sitting out here crying in a corner. I'll pull him out. I need you guys to hide. Can you not hide somewhere? Just hide anywhere that isn't there. Just get in and just get low. That really is all we can do right now. Is run away. If I could, I would try and offer a ceasefire. I just don't know how that works in this game, if I'm honest. Before I knew you could click a button. This time you can't. they're lighting up out here. We got one lone guy out here in a... Is he just in the open? Yeah, he's just in the open now. He's just crying. While the MD-42 is desperately trying to protect him. But the Russians are just right on top of him. See the Russian right here. Lying. Right next to him. I mean, his life right there is measured in minutes. But the machine gunners are trying their absolute best to try and get as many of the infantry as they can. Now another issue that we're actually having that I'm just realising now is that, okay, they do actually have quite a bit of ammo left. Some do anyway, not all. But that whole trench line has been killed off. If only there was a way for me to actually declare a ceasefire, that would be really good. We've got more units being spotted out here. Although I don't really know if we can actually... There's no point in doing a ceasefire. Because, I mean, we're dead, let's be honest out here. They've captured this whole area. And we just have to accept that. We've got nowhere to run. They capture that area, we're not getting that back. We'll have to do a... Can we even do a retreat? Withdrawal? Yeah. It's all I can do. It literally is the only thing... Only viable option out here. It not even... Probably not even possible during the German chain of command. They probably wouldn't have allowed that. But sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. As they did back then. So coming up with 10 seconds to go right about now. We'll see how many we actually killed. That will be interesting out here, but really we can't do anything other than run away. Look at all the Russians out here, all of the tanks, all of that. We fought hard over that area in the past. So they started up with 920 forces. And really, we killed about 200 of those. Meanwhile, we started out with 593, and we lost about 300. That's actually not bad considering the forces that we were up against. Other than that, down here it's not looking good for us. We lost all of our reinforcement, don't know what that means. Tanks, 6 were damaged, no SPGs were taken out. That's the Stuks. We lost 2 guns and what else? Nothing really else. Reinforcements, 50% of our infantry, and 1/3 of our command level. That's not good. Yeah, what about the Russians though? How much did they lose? Command, they lost about as much percent-wise. They lost 30% infantry. Heavy weapons, -40. They lost... Did they lose 20 tanks? Or is that me that's reading it wrong? Or is that how many there's left? Or how many they destroyed? I don't know. But that was a battle here. It was... You'll see the map once we get out onto the operation state. That was the operation state, and this was the area that we fought in. It was... Well, it was up here is the northern end, and down here was the southern end. And they routed our units in this area, so they're now somewhere we don't know where. We won't have any control for a while. Pardon me, that was a yawn, and now we're getting fully attacked out here on Stepanovka, which will probably be another video. But thanks for watching now. Goodbye.